Recently, Harley Davidson came out with another software update for the 2024 and later touring bikes that have the updated or new infotainment control unit. I thought I'd make a quick video that covered kind of what's included in that update, as well as maybe answer some questions about the process and whether or not you think it's something that you can do. That's what we're going to talk about today. What's up? Jim here. Welcome back to J Street Moto. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time. As mentioned, a new software update's available. Since software and technology are kind of something that I'm extremely familiar with, as I do them every day and have been doing them for longer than I care to admit, but let's say more than 30 years. I've been seeing on the forums a lot of, well, a mix. There's general questions people are asking that lead me to believe it's not something they normally would be doing themselves, all the way up to some severe anxiety about doing that update themselves. Is it something that they can do? So I thought what I'd do is make a video that might alleviate some concern, certainly answer your questions about whether or not you should even do the update. First things first, let's talk about what the update does. What this software update's going to do falls into two categories. Category one, it fixes things. Category two, it adds some new features and functionality. You know, when you think about updating software on these motorcycles, I mean, the reality is when you turn your bike on, you're basically booting up a laptop. They're that technologically advanced. It might be intimidating to some. I think for some of you who might be really good mechanically or might be mechanically inclined, there's things you would delve into that might intimidate me. You might not feel as comfortable when it comes to things like software and computers. Let's talk about the fixes first. And I'm going to specifically address the ones that I most commonly hear and the ones that have impacted me directly with my own motorcycle. One of the big problems I've had since I got this bike, or I won't even say it's a big problem, it's more just like a nuisance, is periodically when I'm running CarPlay, and it doesn't matter whether I have the helmet connected or whether I have my CarPlay hack connected, the music will cut out. It's still playing. I can see that it's playing on my device, but it's not going through the speakers. It gets frustrating, and I have to do a whole bunch of stuff while I'm running down the road just to get it running again. That was one of the things that griped me about it. Big gripe that I had was currently the way you connect your helmet and your phone to your motorcycle so that you can use CarPlay and all that stuff. The phone's connected to the bike, the helmet's connected to the bike. So the bike's kind of in between the phone and the helmet. And for whatever reason, it resulted in some pretty shitty audio whenever I was making a phone call. So that was a problem that this update's supposed to fix. It also says that it fixes some things associated with the battery draining. I've not personally noticed that, but I see in the forums that other people have. It's supposed to fix that, and there are a couple other little things. I will put up on the screen right now a screenshot of the list of fixes and new features that it adds. So I'll put that up on the screen for you guys to see, and I'll leave it there for a second. A little doggy up here. I don't want to hit you, little puppy. I don't want to hit you. So those are the things that it fixes. Let's talk about the enhancements. There's supposedly, and I did see it, you can now see your amplifier and what software version it's on. I don't have any kind of upgrades to my stereo, so I don't see some of the other stuff that was added with this update. I can't see it. Supposedly, it allows you to make some modifications associated with subwoofers and stuff, depending on the amp you have and that kind of thing. And that was something that was not there before. So that's a good thing if they've added it and if you've got an update or an upgraded stereo. One of the other things they added, and I'm really stoked about this one, is they've made it possible if you have your bike connected to your Wi-Fi when you're at home, you can update the software over the air instead of having to do the procedure that you have to do currently to upgrade this system. We're going to talk about that procedure in a minute. I'm not going to do an installation video. That's not what this video is, so sorry if you stopped by here to see that. There are a couple of people that have already done really good ones, and there's no reason to put a third one out there. Let's talk about how I manage my software for this bike. I keep all my software on this motorcycle on my computer, and what I mean by that is this is the second update I've had to do to this bike. And so what I have is I've got folders on my computer that have these zipped files that I download from Harley. That way they're there, and I don't have to worry about keeping them occupied on thumb drives all the time. So for me, when I did this one, it does require 2 USB drives, but you don't physically have to have 2. If, for instance, you do what I do and keep the software on your computer, you can download everything from the first, from the thumb drive that has the stuff that needs to be installed first, then wipe that drive clean and add the files for the second part of the update, and then plug it in. So yeah, and that's how I chose to do mine. Instead of having 2 thumb drives, I just have one, and I put the data on it that I need for the first one, then I do the second one. It does behoove you to check your current software version. You should check that because it's most likely the case you're only going to need to update the second one, or do the second one of the 2. So how hard is it? It's not hard. If you know how to unzip a folder and grab all those files and move them to a thumb drive, you can do this activity. It's not that hard, because everything else that happens on the bike, hell, the bike does it for you. All you do is plug the thumb drive in with the bike in accessory mode. The computer realizes it's there. It walks you through what you got to do. It's really not that hard. Another good reason for keeping your software on your computer is, in the event something happens, say a file was corrupted when you downloaded it from Harley, something happened with your internet and made the file go a little wonky, but you didn't know that. This gives you the ability to put older software on there and kind of build it back to where it was, then re-download the software from Harley and put it back on. I know it sounds like a lot, and if you're not used to messing around with computers and working in this area, it can be kind of daunting. It can be kind of frustrating. I personally think it should be a warranty issue, because the software is part of the bike. Perhaps I can't do it myself. I don't think that should be something I have to pay labor for. If you're concerned, or if you're worried, or if you're thinking about doing it yourself, and I'm telling you, it's easy to do. Go watch some there's a couple videos out there. In the Friction Zone, he did a video that's a really good installation video. It honestly is. Walks you through everything soup to nuts. So did Shifty Attitude. He did one too. Both of those are the 2 that I've seen, and both of them are very well done. I didn't need them to do mine. I looked at them anyway because I just wanted to see. Really, I was looking to see whether I should make an installation video or just make a video that talks about kind of the process. If you're able to read and follow instructions, you can do it. The Harley instructions were dead on. I did mine straight from the instruction sheet. Even though I had done one before and knew what to do, I still did it through the instructions just to make sure that how the instructions were written were correct. The instructions are dead ass on. It's not difficult to do. It really isn't. And it does make a difference. Since I've installed this software, I have noticed that I made some tests. I've had it on for maybe 600-700 miles. I was able to make and receive calls, and the phone quality is the same as if I had the helmet connected directly to the phone and the bike cut out of the picture, which is cool, because that was not the case before. Before, it sounded horrible. I couldn't stand making a phone call. They couldn't hear me with their shit, and I couldn't hear them with their shit. That problem's been cleared up, so I can confirm for you that fix is in. The other fix that's in is it's not as glitchy with music going to your helmet or to your speakers if you're using the hack. Haven't had any issue with that happening, and I would have by now, normally. Usually I have at least one kind of, shit, I gotta fix that again, happen every time I go ride. Certainly every other time that I go ride. That hasn't been the case. I can confirm it works. They fixed everything they said they were going to fix. There has not been another update come out yet, so I have not had the opportunity to test how effective it works to update the software from your Wi-Fi. I kind of want Harley to come out with another update just so I can test how effectively it works, because I know I have a good signal where my bike sits in my house, and I know what my bandwidth is at the house. I'd be interested to see. Would have been cool with this update. For instance, they had just fixed that part on the first one, and then you could have used the over-the-air to do the 8 gig one. That would have been cool. So yeah, told y'all it was going to be a short one. I didn't really want to belabor this. I just saw some people asking questions about it, and the way they were asking the question, I kind of wanted to put something out there and just let you know, I have faith in you. I know you can do this. I know you can. Pretty much, if you know how to read and you have a computer and you have a thumb drive, you can do this. That's it. I'm gonna close it out for today and go enjoy a ride in this beautiful freaking weather. I hope you guys are getting out riding. I really do. And then if you're not able to ride in your area, I hope you're doing the right things in between your riding season, that you're taking that time to do the stuff you need to do to the bike so that it doesn't take it out of commission during the times where you could be eating up some miles. In fact, that's going to be a video that I drop here pretty soon. I've been thinking about how I want to do it. That's going to be one coming up. Drop it down in the comments. Are you going to feel comfortable doing this update? Have you already done it? Do you disagree with anything that I've said so far? I'm cool. I like comments. I respond to every single one that I get. Appreciate all the support, guys. I truly do. Do me a favor. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Like this video if you liked it. Share it with your friends. Click that notification bell so you don't miss any new content. Always ride safe.
Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot. Ah. Asshole.
Really? Peace out, bitches!